To our regular session, but we are now ready to move on with our agenda, and we will join you in item number 4 with the Pledge of Allegiance. So if you'd please stand. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Before we get to the superintendent's presentation, we have approval of minutes from our January 12th meeting and January 26th meeting. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Sean?
Mr. Galvin?
Yes.
Mr. Wise?
Yes.
Mr. Steele?
Yes.
Mrs. Batchy?
Yes.
4-0.
All right, item number 5, superintendent's presentation.
All right, thank you, President Galvin, and thank you for everyone being here tonight. This is an exciting time for us. It's another moment in time for us to celebrate our students and the wonderful things that they do in and out of the classroom. Tonight specifically, we are celebrating students who have scored a perfect score on their ACT, which is amazing. As you all know, that is something that I think it's less than 0.5% of folks that take the ACT score close to that. So congratulations to all of you. But the more important thing here that we want to celebrate is that this is not just something we're celebrating because of a number. In Mason City Schools, it's not just about the numbers. It's about the person, about their story, about their experience, and all that they bring, their family. And so tonight, the way we like to celebrate this is not only to tell you congratulations, and we do have a certificate here for you, and we have a picture that will go out on social media and everything else to celebrate you. We would like to ask our students to come up one at a time, and they will come up to the podium here. Introduce yourself by giving us your name, and then let us know, if you would, what has been your Mason moment. So it might have been a Mason moment from this year. It could have been a Mason moment from any time in your Mason time here with us. So if you would share that Mason moment with us, we would love that. And then we'll have you take a seat. After you give your name, your Mason moment at the podium, come right by here. I've got a certificate for you. And then we have a wonderful sign that once your yard thaws out, you can put that in your yard and celebrate that with your neighbors as well. So before we get started, let's give all of our Perfect ACT folks a hand. Congratulations to our students and to their parents. And there are some students that are tuning in, and I know you're tuning in with your families because you're not able to be here this evening. We want to congratulate you too at home. So congratulations to you all as well. Thank you for tuning in tonight. All right, we'll go ahead and get started. I think our first student is here. Go ahead and Kanal, and you can jump up and
And I'm going to
yourself.
go ahead and ask and prompt our other students in Alpha, just start lining up behind.
If you want to line up the way that Ms. Carson set you up to do that, that would be great. That'll help me hand out the right certificates to everybody as well.
My name's Kanal Aurora, and my favorite Mason moment was driving around with my sister last year at the community graduation parade.
Congratulations, sir. Take one of the certificates and a sign. Thank you.
My name is Hamza Asghar, and my favorite Mason moment was being able to come back to in-person learning after the pandemic.
One of our favorite moments. Right in your yard. Thank you, sir.
My name is Ravi Bandaru, and my favorite Mason moment was traveling to Boston with my Science Olympiad team to compete at MIT.
Hi, I'm Caroline, and my favorite Mason moment is the first time that it snows when we're at school and everyone gets really excited.
So it's a long morning, but that's great. We're excited too.
My name's Ryan Koplinger, and my favorite Mason moment is senior night for football.
Congratulations, just signed for you as well.
My name is Neve Gupta, and my favorite Mason moment has been a science Olympiad trip to UPenn.
Sign here for your house.
That's not me.
Okay.
I don't think he's here.
He might not be here. We'll go to the next one. All right, you have everyone? What is your first name? We'll make sure we get you up there. Next one. Do we have the right one up? Yep. Justin? No. No? Next?
There you go.
Okay, perfect.
Right. I'm Yuwandi, and my favorite Mason moment would be performing humorous group skits with my AP composition class.
Congratulations, you just signed for your art as well. Thank you. Jesse?
I'm Jessie, and my Mason moment was performing a flute duet with one of my best friends at BOA Grand Nationals, our final marching band competition.
My name is Ruchi Kadalkar, and my favorite Mason moment is probably going to districts with my high school swim team.
My name is William Lee, and my favorite Mason moment is when, in freshman year, our Science Olympiad team made nationals.
My name is Sankhya Rajan, and my favorite Mason moment is hosting a Quiz Bowl team with the Mason academic team.
I'm Nishida. My favorite Mason moment was going to MIT with my Science Olympiad team last year and placing.
My name is Niket Thangala. My favorite moment was working as a part of the Hope Squad to have author Kate Fagan come in and speak about the stigma around mental health and mental health awareness.
Thank you so much.
My name is Am Vedical, and my favorite Mason moment is delivering the Chronicle each month.
My name is Emily Yang, and my favorite Mason moment was organizing Cincy Hacks through Mason Hack Club.
All right, did we get everyone here? Looking around once, twice. All right, let's give everyone a hand and their families. Thank you so much. Does the board or anyone have any questions, comments before we move on to our next part?
I'll just start off by saying thank you all for coming tonight. This has been probably the most attended board meeting we've had at least this academic year, if not going back into the end of last academic year. And it really is great to see so many of you here in person. We appreciate that you were able to come, and we also, to those who are joining us online, we understand that it's tough to make it here as well, but we're glad that we could honor and celebrate you as well. Just by the Mason moments shared, I think I'm going to encourage my future comments to get onto Science Olympiad so that they can get a perfect ACT score too. It sounds like that's the ticket to a 36. So congratulations, you guys. You are very, should be very proud of these achievements. And like Mr. Cooper said, we know that this is not, the end-all, be-all of who you are as Mason students. This is just a point on your journey academically, and a easy milestone for us to recognize your hard work and your achievement. But we know that this is just a step in your journey, and that you are headed on to bigger and better things. So congratulations, and we know you'll continue to represent Mason very well.
I'll just say quickly that what I love about adding the Mason moment, reflecting on that as part of presentations like this, is that as of today, I don't know that we've heard one student say that their favorite Mason moment was getting a perfect score on the ACT. And that honestly, I mean, you should be obviously so incredibly proud of that, and we all are, but we are even more proud of the people that you all are. And that shows in how the things that you reflect on that were your favorite Mason moments, because every one of you said the word with. Your Mason moments were moments because you did them with other people, and you had a moment with a group of people, and those moments will last your entire life. And we couldn't be more proud of you for all of those things. Thanks for being with us tonight.
Same for me. I'm so happy to see people here. It's just nice to have people here for coming out. Obviously, the parents support your kids so much, or they wouldn't be so successful. So thank you for sharing them with us.
And I'll just say, when we have the opportunity to recognize top performance in whatever way it is, and this is certainly one of our favorites and one of the most unique, I also want, as a message to each of the students here, but also to the parents, to just say that you, in many ways, maybe you don't notice, are a great example for your classmates. And I'm sure that the ACT score is not the only place you're excelling in other places, and you set the bar high for your classmates to want to achieve. And while they may not say it on a day-to-day basis or walking through the hallway, we know it. Those of us that have watched many groups of kids go through know that that's a really important thing, and that each of you have an impact on a classmate that you may not know, or that maybe that you do know, who maybe doesn't vocalize that in some way. So that's an important leadership role. We're proud of you for having that, and really glad to see you add your ACT score to what's obviously a growing and impressive portfolio of accomplishments, and we look forward to watching what you do in the future. So thank you all for being here. Congratulations to the parents. This also means something very important to each of you, which I'm sure you've already thought about, but in the world of college and the competitive dynamics of college today, this is a really important achievement that each of the students are going to be able to benefit from a lot. So thank you all for being here, and of course, maybe one more round of applause for everybody.
All right. Well, at this time, you are welcome to stay with us this evening. We have some other items on our agenda, but normally this is a time in our board meetings where we take a pause and let folks who have come for our superintendent's presentation move on with their evening. So if that applies to you, we understand, and we'd like to give you the opportunity to enjoy the rest of your evening, not necessarily with us. So we'll take a pause here.
Such a polite way to say, we know you really want to go. So.
Thanks for sharing your Mason moment. Appreciate that. You can take your sign too, put that up somewhere. Have fun.
Thank you. Congratulations. You can take, if you want to take your...
Thank you, everyone. You can take your sign It's like my favorite. Yeah, young people right across from me. Hey, Girl Scouts, I just want a quick picture of you just looking over at, just running the show here. There we go. Gotcha.
I should have given you all a chance to canvass the customer base before it.
That's true.
Don't worry, it might have happened out there.
All right. Well, our next item on the agenda is the hearing of the public. We have a few participants that have signed up this evening, so I'll just go over our ground rules. Community participation at a board meeting is limited to the hearing of the public portion of the meeting. The board does not deliberate or decide any issues during the hearing of the public section. Each person's allotted 3 minutes until the total time of 30 minutes is used. In order to prevent disclosure of students' or employees' private information, the board will not allow any complaints about specific employees or district or of the district in public session. Mr. Bevan keeps our timer, so if you hear that phone timer go off, that just means that we've reached the end of the 3-minute portion for your comments. So With that, our first speaker tonight is Kaya Rossi.
Hey, Kaya.
Hi.
Yeah.
My name is Kaya Rossi. Address? Okay. 3264 Palomino Trail. Okay. I want to start by saying thank you for having me, and I would like to especially thank counselors and the mental health team, as well as the board, for their continuous support of Hope Squad. If you were to ask my middle school self if I thought I would make it out of high school alive, I would confidently say no. Dealing with mental illness almost all of my life has made things like showing up to school take a lot of energy. But walking into the Hope Squad room my freshman year, I was overwhelmed by a feeling of love and acceptance. I was finally able to breathe at school. I've had people come to me with situations since intermediate school. Though through Hope Squad's QPR training, SOS training, self-care strategies, and so much more, I'm now equipped to handle anything from small stressors to suicidal ideation. I'm proud of Mason for recognizing students' mental health and expanding Hope Squad to the middle school. As we expand Hope Squad to the middle school, our Hope Squad at the high school is educating parents on our monthly Zoom calls. Your support for Hope Squad is helping so many students and families, including mine. At one point in Hope Squad, I was told we will never know how many lives were saved, only how many we've lost. I can personally say I'm the one of the lives that has been saved by Hope Squad. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Kaya. All right, our next speaker is Casey Moran with Troop 44405.
Ladies, you don't need me.
And we would like you to take the mic as you speak so that we can make sure our viewers at home hear the same message that we get to hear in the room.
You guys want to line up in order?
Hi, my name is Anvitha from Troop 44405. I want to thank you all for letting us sell cookies. In total, we've sold 900 boxes and 1,000 canned food. Our canned food supports Shine Like Sable and Love Like JJ. 10% of our cookie sales go to the comic cupboard. Next, Alexandra will talk about what the comic cupboard is.
Hi, I'm Alexandra Moran. I'm a Girl Scout Troop 44405. I'm going to be talking about the comic cupboard. The comic cupboard is a place where kids can go to get free meals. We pack bags for the families every weekend. Those bags might include fruit, vegetables, chili, pasta, etc. We also pack personal items like shampoo, conditioner, body wash, toothbrush, toothpaste. The comic cupboard also provides coats for winter and Mason gear. 9% of families in Mason don't know where their next meal is coming from, and the comic cupboard is working hard to improve that. Next, Hadley will be talking about how we adjusted to COVID.
Thank you, Alexandra. So as you say, I'm going to be talking about COVID. So the comic cupboard initially we started giving out food in March. And so obviously it's been a long way. And over the summer we've shifted to recipes. We thought it would be a fun activity for kids and their families to do, especially during these hard times in COVID. We have 14 recipes, and we've been giving them out from the past 2 weeks. Some of them are ramen noodles and chicken spaghetti. We support the grades K through 12th grade and with the comic cupboard, and our amazing troop leader, Casey Moran, has provided 80 meals today. So thank you, Casey. And now Abby is going to tell you a little bit more.
Addition
to selling Girl Scout cookies and doing the comic cupboard, our troop also does normal Girl Scout stuff, like doing badges. We've done over 100 badges. We've done our Breathe Journey, which we planted plants around Mason, and so we got nominated for Beacon of Resilience, and were selected for that. We've done 3 STEM videos with GE Aviation that have been posted on YouTube. One's coming out soon. And one of my favorite ones is we went to pet alpacas, and right now we're doing the Amaze Journey, talking about how to navigate through friendships. And Kaylee's going to give you cookies.
Oh, all right.
What an amazing surprise. Thank you so much.
Oh, boy. I was trying to think of how could I pass, but I just can't. It's
It would be rude, Kevin.
Oh, goodness. You had the best job, didn't you? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Actually, I'm going to those here. This here.
Oh my goodness, this is too much, guys. Would it be wrong if I picked my favorite instead of the rest of my family's favorite? Thank you, kids. Thank you so much,
Thank you
girls.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for all you do in our community. We appreciate it.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I have 2 more forms filled out here, but I don't know if maybe they've already gone. Hadley Rankin, was that?
We were afraid we would be over 3 minutes.
That's all, okay, good. And then
Always thinking.
Amy
Oh,
Christensen?
Same thing.
Same thing, okay.
We wanted
Well,
to make sure we had all the time we needed to give you.
I was gonna say, I didn't know if we still had these, and I was gonna say, no pressure to these last speakers, but in my 3 years on the board, I think this might be the best hearing of the public.
Yes,
that,
thank you,
I've
Kaya
had,
and Girl
so
Scouts.
I don't recall getting Girl Scout cookies at any of the other ones, so. Our hearing of the public, we don't typically get into a back and forth or a dialogue, but every once in a while we have some cause for exceptions. And I will just say, girls, thank you very much for coming tonight and for sharing your selflessness with our community in particular. I've had the benefit to come and visit you in the comic cupboard and see the good work that you do, and it is very impressive, and it's very much appreciated by the rest of your Comet classmates. I also was going to ask if there's somewhere for people that might be tuning in, if they wanted to still order cookies or get one of those ramen noodle recipes, how could they get that from you all?
Well, we have lots of cookie booths, so you can go on cookie, Girl Scout cookie,
Locator.
Yeah.
Locator.
Locator.
Locator, and then you can type in your zip code and you'll find places where there's a cookie booth near you. You can go there. And then you can also contact Ms. Casey.
Yep.
So Girl Scout Cookie Locator on the website, or contact Casey Moran. And do you have any more booths left in this season? When's the next one? Friday at UDF Bethany Road. Got it. Time, window, all day or 4 p.m.? 4 to 6. Got it.
Any day at the DMV.
Any day at the DMV. All right. I wish I had known that a couple months ago. I would have picked.
Great choice.
I would have driven with an expired license long enough to make it to your guys. All right. Well, with that.
I was just going to say, sorry, but if anybody watching, we will not make an exception normally just if you bring us cookies to have a back and forth conversation at the end of a hearing in the public. But I did want to say just how proud we all are of you all. And we've been watching what you've been doing for years, and we're so excited. And my daughter Ainsley and I had the good fortune to be able to come and help Alexandra one night pack bags for meals for the week. And the operation is incredible. I mean, you guys have it organized to a T. And what I love the most is, besides the food and some of the things you talked about today, you've gone out of your way to think about some needs that students might have that aren't the most obvious, like food or even coats. One example is spiritware. You can donate spiritware, and there's a place where, because we've come to learn that it's kind of an equity issue, right? That not everybody has access to be able to participate in things like Spirit Week, and you girls have thought about that, and so students can come in and grab something from there and be able to participate that way. It's fantastic. And I owe Miss Casey a text about this, but my daughter had an idea that she wants to do like a water bottle supply drive. So we'll put maybe Ainsley in contact with you guys, because that's another one of those things that maybe people need. But we thank you so much for what you're doing, and talk about setting the bar high for your fellow students. Great job, girls. And thank you for the cookies.
Yes.
I just wanted to recognize the courage it took for Miss Rossi to come here tonight and speak. That had to have been tough, and it's so great to hear your story. So thank you. I know that was hard. And it was very meaningful too. I mean,
yes.
It is so good to hear that. And people need to hear that, and people need to know about the Hope Squad and what a successful program and how it can change your life. So thank you. And girls, thank you so much for the cookies and for what you do for our community. Such a young age, you're learning so much about giving back and the changes it makes in people's lives. Your fellow students and their parents, they depend on the hard work that you young ladies do. So thank you.
Yeah, and Kai, I was going to echo Mrs. Batchy's comments. You got up there, you were a little nervous, but then you just shone. And for those of us that have tried to look out for opportunities to support programs like Hope Squad or other mental health related initiatives, it's just so great to hear you come speak. You didn't have to come tonight, but it was important that you could share that. So I hope others in the community heard it too, and some of your classmates. So thank you for that. Ladies, how cool is Miss Casey? Is she pretty amazing? Yeah. Well, we thank her for the leadership, but you guys had a chance tonight too to very professional, very well prepared, but most importantly, the sharing of the message that you guys are working on is really, really impressive, and especially at the age you're at. I talked about to your classmates, I'll call them, but they probably looked a lot older who were here earlier, who got the high score on the ACT. They set the bar high for their classmates. And what I was really talking about is sometimes you have friends, you're doing things, and then one moment you have on your Girl Scout uniform and you're working, and the next minute you're sweating in the comic cupboard working, and then you're like, oh, I got to go do another cookie sale. And you keep at it, and your classmates watch that, and it informs them, and it gives them the encouragement to know they can do things too. And you'll never know that. That's the beauty of friendship, and the beauty of community is when everybody does their best, it brings out the best in all of us. And you guys really exemplify that. And you have a reputation around here, so that's always good too, to be known for what you're doing, and especially when that's good work. So thank you all for coming and sharing all the work you've done.
Thanks, everybody. And again, Kaya as well. We are excited to have you here, especially because for those that haven't maybe perused the agenda tonight, we've got an exciting board resolution on the agenda that Kaya kind of previewed for us, and we're looking forward to acting on that as well. So thank you again, everybody, for coming tonight and speaking to us. This is another time where we take a pause in our meeting. If you would like to move on with your evening, we understand. You're welcome to stay as well, but if not, we appreciate having you guys come. So thanks very much.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you all.
Oh, I love that.
Guys getting some cookies too.
I love it. Okay, that has to be a first for you, too.
All right, the next item on our agenda is number 7, non-district funded positions. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Sean?
Mr. Wise?
Yes.
Mr. Steele?
Yes.
Mrs. Batchy?
Yes.
Mr. Galvin?
Yes.
4-0.
Item number 8, certified personnel superintendent's recommendations. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Sean?
Mr. Steele?
Yes.
Mrs. Batchy?
Yes.
Mr. Galvin?
Yes.
Mr. Wise?
Yes.
4-0.
Item number 9, supplemental personnel superintendent's recommendations. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Sean?
Mrs. Batchy?
Yes.
Mr. Galvin?
Yes.
Mr. Wise?
Yes.
Mr. Steele?
Yes.
4-0.
Item number 10, resolution for hiring non-certified supplemental personnel superintendent's recommendations. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Sean?
Mr. Galvin?
Yes.
Mr. Wise?
Yes.
Mr. Steele?
Yes.
Mrs. Batchy?
Yes.
4-0.
Item number 11, classified personnel superintendent's recommendations. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Sean?
Mr. Wise?
Yes.
Mr. Steele?
Yes.
Mrs. Batchy?
Yes.
Mr. Galvin?
Yes.
4-0.
Item number 12, contracted personnel, independent contracts. Do I have a motion? Yeah. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Sean?
Mr. Steele?
Yes.
Mrs. Batchy?
Yes.
Mr. Galvin?
Yes.
Mr. Wise?
Yes.
4-0.
Item number 13, action items, superintendent's recommendations. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Just highlight a couple things here. We've mentioned it earlier tonight with one of our guest speakers that spoke during the public session. But item A here under action items is a Hope Squad agreement that is moving our Hope Squad into our middle school as well. So Hope Squad, again, for anyone that's just tuning in, and this might be a first time, Hope Squad is a peer-to-peer suicide prevention program that connects kids as they're hearing things, seeing things, and they're trained to then share that and connect kids that might be in need to adults. And so those adults can support them, and then we get them to the resources with our mental wellness team and also our Cincinnati Children's therapists and other therapist support. So that's what showed up here on the agenda, and so Kaya beautifully explained what that program is and how it impacts kids' lives and saves lives as well. So we're just so grateful for that support for our kids. And then the other piece I'll point out is there's a couple items on here that have come up during facilities committee. Todd has walked us through those. Item D is the asphalt overlay repair project that's coming up out here at the high school. We do have cracks and all kinds of different things that we need to address. So Todd's done a nice job bidding that out and walked us through the timeline of that so that that is all cleaned up and finished in time for the 4th of July events that might be taking place here on campus as well with the city. So those are cleaned up. And for seniors to be able to paint, their parking spots and all that, right? And then we also have some leaking that's happening at Mason Central Roofing. So we're just going to do some repairs there as well. Both came up in Facilities Committee that show up on here. I think those are the ones I wanted to make sure I pointed out to you. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
Thank you, Jonathan. And like we've mentioned earlier and in our discussions, during work sessions and with, Kaya's presence here tonight kind of highlights that item at the top of this portion of our agenda. We're really excited to be able to expand that into our middle school. We know that's a time of transition for our kids, and we're happy that over the last couple years to see the success of that program, allow us
Absolutely.
to do that.
Item F, if I could just say one more, it slipped on me because it was on the next page over and I flipped up my page, but item F is a agreement with the Manor House. Manor House obviously is a local venue that does a beautiful job of hosting events. We have been in the planning process with our students and their families for a prom experience, and we've desired to have an in-person prom experience, and we also desire to have something local and support our local partners. And so this will be the first time doing that at the Manor House. Now that may be it look different than it has in the past, but it is something we're excited about, and our students have said this is important to them as well, and so is our family. So this will be our first time heading that direction, so thank you to the Manor House for that opportunity to give us that, and we'll see how that goes. We're excited about it. We're excited to stay local.
Great. Thanks, Jonathan.
Still looking for somebody to build that event center that can hold
It's all in the dream,
graduation
the dream
and the
pipe.
whole-
Yep,
yeah,
yep.
it's part of the plan.
Someday.
All right. Any other discussion? Sean?
Mrs. Batchey?
Yes.
Mr. Galvin?
Yes.
Mr. Wise?
Yes.
Mr. Steele?
Yes.
4-0.
Item number 14, Treasurer's Report. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Just a couple of things to point out under our section G, the donations. Several donations from MACC PTO to the building. And again, always support our volunteers and parents and other people who contribute to help provide opportunities for kids. Last section in their comment cupboard, you guys heard the girls talk a little bit about that tonight. So again, they do a great job of working hard to solicit donations and things so they can help families out. And then one more note, couldn't help but mention Addie Lupinski, who's a Mason student who declined birthday gifts so that she could instead collect coats that she could give to the comment cupboard and help other needy kids. So great job to her and appreciate their support.
Thanks, Sean. Any other discussion? Sean?
Mr. Galvin?
Yes.
Mr. Wise?
Yes.
Mr. Steele?
Yes.
Mrs. Batchey?
Yes.
4-0.
All right. Item number 15, committee reports. We had a Arts and Activities Council meeting February 2nd and 18th.
I know that Mrs. Yingling isn't here tonight, and so I'd be happy to share that report. The main point of business there is we had approved already our spring musical. It was going to be Mamma Mia. That was the idea of last year when after everything was canceled, we didn't get to do Mamma Mia, a very popular musical. And so our Arts and Activities Council had approved at that time it to be approved for this year's spring musical. As we got more into it and realized there wasn't the ability to have streaming rights for the musical, and then just some other logistic issues, Alan Young, the current director, asked to change the spring play, and Arts and Activities Council agreed for a replacement, which is Songs for a New World. It's done more as a cabaret style, so it's kind of one person performing at a time. There are, I think, 16 acts, and it'll also be able to be streamed all day long in the same way that our winter production and fall production has been, so with a limited audience, but they're excited about starting that.
Thanks, Tracy. Finance Committee, February 2nd.
Yeah, so we just continue on our long-term planning from I'll cover both finance and facilities, covering items that we agreed to tonight in the superintendent recommendations on some maintenance, asphalt and roofing work in facilities, and then just some kind of continued long-term planning in the finance committee, which I certainly appreciate, and lets us have, the opportunity to finance projects like we're doing today in the most efficient way, with a long lead times and strategy on how we bid them, and not get ourselves into jams where either we have more maintenance than we need, or we get into a competitive dynamic where we need something right away and the market isn't set for it. So both of those committees are helping right now with that long-term planning, and certainly appreciate that.
Thanks, Kevin. DEI Council, February 10th.
Yeah, so we met as a Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Council in early February as a follow-up to our really successful book study and community event in January with Tiffany Jewell's This Book is Anti-Racist. And we reflected as a group, and people had an opportunity to provide feedback on how that experience went and kind of what we learned from it, and then what the next steps were. And some of the feedback partially was that it was a great event, but it was like, okay, what's next? Because there's work that everybody wants to do, and people are excited about doing that work in the DEI space. And so we talked about some ideas about what might be that next step, that next action step, because the Diversity Council, this is a little different from what it used to be. It's more of a working group, and I think even a little bit differently than other superintendents' committees, is more of a working council. So we decided as a group that we do have action steps that we're committed to take out of our meetings, and so people are really excited about doing that. And what we've landed on is kind of a follow-up event, and we're working on the specifics of it now that we'll roll out hopefully in the next couple of weeks. But we're really excited about making the book, This Book is Anti-Racist, is really accessible, and I think the work that we have planned is, I'm excited about the way people are thinking about it being accessible for everybody to step into this work and anti-racism work. So look for more announcements on that soon. Yeah, sorry, I was going on to the next one.